Imagine you have an up counter like this. It counts from 0 up to 30. When it gets to 30, it resets back to 0 and starts to count up again. Let's say when you close the switch like this, you would like to reset the counter immediately. For this purpose, we can use an interrupt. An interrupt pauses the execution of the main function in order to handle a request. When it's done, it will go back to the main function and resume from where it has left off. Let's go to the datasheet and look at the registers which are responsible for configuring interrupts. We have different kinds of interrupts. We have external interrupts, pin change interrupts, timer interrupts, ADC interrupts, communication interrupts, and many more. But for this purpose, we will look at external interrupts. This microcontroller has only 2 external interrupts, and those are on pin D2 and pin D3. The first one, it is labeled INT0, and then the second one, it is INT1. We are going to activate interrupt 0. But before we do so, let's take a look at the status of pin D2 when the switch closes. So initially, this pin, it is high. When I close, it goes low. And then when I open, it goes high again. So throughout this program, we can conclude that the status of pin D2 will change or can change. So let's take a look at the status of pin D2. So we can represent it using a graph like this. Low, and then it will go high. Then maybe the user will close the switch, then it goes low and then high, then low, just like that. We know that initially it is high, so we can say it is here. When the user presses the button, it goes low, like this. This, it's called the falling edge. But this, it's called the rising edge. We would like to make the interrupt to trigger on the falling edge because that's when the switch closes. Let's go back to the datasheet. So in order to make use of interrupt 0, we have to enable this pin inside this register. So I can copy this and write this and then enable this bit, that is bit 0. And then in order to use interrupts, you have to include this header file. Now, let's configure this interrupt to trigger on the falling edge. To do that, we will use this register. Bit 0 and bit 1 are responsible for interrupt 0. And then bit 2 and 3 are responsible for interrupt 1. We'll only focus on bit 0 and bit 1, which are here. In order to configure the interrupt to trigger on the falling edge, bit 1 has to be set, and then bit 0, you have to make it a 0. So I can write this and set bit 1. And then I can do this to make bit 0 a 0. By default, it is a 0, but just to make sure, we can do this. And then, when you're dealing with interrupts, you have to call this function to enable the interrupts. If you don't call this function, the interrupts will not be active. Now, as I told you, the interrupt, when an interrupt triggers, it will pause the execution of the main function. And then it will handle a request, meaning it will jump into a different function. And that is the interrupt service routine. In here, we would like to reset the counter back to 0. We will jump in here only when the switch closes. At that moment when it closes. And that's the falling edge. But you have to specify which interrupt are you handling. In this case, we're handling this interrupt 0. Now let's build and see if it works. I can run. So it is counting up. As soon as I close, or the moment I close the switch, it's supposed to reset this to 0. So I close. As you can see, it did reset. When I open, nothing happens because that's the rising edge, and the interrupt will not trigger on the rising edge unless we configure it to trigger on the rising edge. Now when I close, it resets back to 0 just like that. So let's make this interrupt to trigger on the rising edge and not the falling edge. To do that, we will have to change these bits. We'll have to make bit 0 a 1. As you can see here, the rising edge of INT0 generates an interrupt request if these bits are both set. So we can go in here, remove this, and make bit 0 a 1. Like this. Now it will only trigger on the rising edge. So I can pause this and run. Okay, when I close, nothing happens because that's the falling edge. But when I open, it resets. That's the rising edge. Alright, that's it regarding external interrupts. In the next video, I'll cover pin change interrupts.